Okay, so James and Oliver. First of all, just for the camera, which one's which?
I'm James and that's Oliver.
And have you been switching roles today at all? Pretending?
No, we've been quite good today. Yeah,
So far.
Do you ever do that in life?
Only in interviews, to be honest with you. If we're doing like junket switcher like all day, and say you start at like 8 and you're going to finish at 6 or something, like an hour's lunch, then you have to mix it around to keep yourself entertained, which was quite funny.
Which it isn't happening now, though.
We won't do that today, I promise.
Did you do it when you were younger quite a bit? And like date each other's girlfriends and stuff?
No, nothing like that. No, we didn't really, did we, when we were growing up?
We're pretty...
We knew sets of twins who did, and they used to take it from one extreme to another. Like, I think the one even got...
One got the one lad suspended
from school, yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't quite get that far.
And okay, so how are you guys feeling now that it's all over with Harry Potter filming's all done?
It's sunk in now. We've had that, like when we first finished, it was still not quite real at all. And then we went into, then we did reshoots as well a couple of months later. And then they said, right, that's your last scene then. And it really felt, it was hard to describe the feeling that was going on. It was kind of quite a downing feeling, but not so much you're going to start bawling your eyes out, but you were very, a bit lethargic, shall we say. So it was quite a weird sensation at that point.
It was, but it hadn't come out of the blue, so you kind of had time to prepare for it. What I was more freaked out was, if that's the right term, was that I kind of prepared so much that I wouldn't be shooting Potter anymore. But the hotel which we stayed in for the last 10 years, I hadn't thought that, I'm never going to be staying here, or I won't be staying here again. That was kind of the thing that hit me the most. But it's kind of like I said, it's sunk in now, and but we still hang out with all the other guys from set, so that side of things hasn't ended.
Did you manage to like steal any little souvenirs from set?
No, not at all. If I were to, I'd go for the puking pasties or something like that. Maybe, would you?
Or a bag from the joke shop, or anything Gary wouldn't like us to take.
If you were that way.
Yeah, if that's what I wanted.
And what memorable moments on set or memorable times do you think you'll take away with you?
I think there's so many what you can just instantly, you can relate, go straight back to thinking to. I mean, there was like the Yule Ball on the Goblet of Fire always sticks in my mind because it was just such a random week. Like it was filmed around Christmas time, which is when the ball was set, and just moments like that really stick in my mind.
And obviously you guys you're quite like practical jokers in the film, but towards the end it obviously gets quite a lot more serious for you guys. Did you miss the jokey element, or did you like being like an intense character?
Yeah, you did. Thespian at its right. I guess that it was fun in the sense that you could play the same characters but in the more serious way, because then it kind of showed that they're not always joking around all the time. But we still had a lot of fun when a lot of the scenes we shot were with Mark Williams and Julie Walters and David Thewlis, like all fun guys. So we still had that camaraderie going on, even if it wasn't on camera. It was going on there. So it wasn't literally like we'd turn up every day and it'd be serious stuff. So that was still there, and it was quite nice to shoot Fred and George in a different light.
Yeah. Do you find that you don't get recognised as much anymore because you're not so, I don't know,
ginger.
stereotypical ginger?
Yeah.
Well,
we spent 5-6 weeks in California earlier in the year, and over here it kind of died down a bit. Like now we've got brown hair, kind of go over, but over there they still recognise us quite a lot, which is quite weird, I guess. So, but yeah, over here it's kind of died down a bit now because I've got ginger hair. So maybe if we ever were ginger again, then I think we would be quite a lot.
And do people always expect you to be joking around on set and like playing tricks, and every interview like do a party trick kind of?
A little bit, yeah. A few times, and we're like, we don't write that bit.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, it is certainly when we get into a very relaxed environment, we are very much not the outgoing. Well, yeah, outgoing, but we're very much cracking a joke here and there.
Yeah.
But certainly like in a working environment, sometimes it's a lot more like that.
And so obviously Fred dies in the film. So how was that was that quite traumatic?
Not for me. I just slept. I did actually sleep. I fell asleep and woke up and the whole stage was empty because everyone had gone to lunch and they left me there. So I was like, I'm in character here. But I don't know what was.
It was weird for me to do. Obviously not just my stage brother, but my real brother as well. To see him all pale and copped it on the floor is a bit. Yeah, it was quite weird. It was quite difficult to film to begin with.
Was it annoying having to do your final scene before everybody else got to do their final scene?
Not really, because I can't give too much away, obviously, but they shot it in. How it's been shot is clever. That's all I'm going to put it as.
Okay.
Well, we don't shoot in order of
We don't
how the
shoot in
film
order
goes
anyway.
so.
The first movie, actually, the first scene they shot was the last scene in the film when he gets on the train to go back home.
Oh.
So yeah, that's one thing from filmmaking is it's not all shot at the same time, but yeah, the final, like the big battle, that was all shot in sequence, wasn't it? That was
Mostly, yeah.
And you get to wear quite a lot of, like, I imagine, cool makeup, like when George loses his ear and stuff.
Yeah, that stuff was pretty cool.
Did
I actually
you-
kept the last two pieces, yeah.
Say, did you-
Well, I kept one and gave the other one to Rupert's PA, Sarah, who always used to, when we'd be in Rupert's room, I don't know, playing table tennis or anything, she kept poking it because it's like a silicon type thing. So I just walked in the last day and just threw it at her. And so she's got that one. And the very last day of filming, it's actually, I've got it with my script at home. But I think if anyone saw it, they thought, what is this on the, because it's got a bit of blood on the side of it and everything like that. But it was, I enjoyed filming it with
Well, what we learned is that if you have like having scratches and all that, it looks really cool for the first day, and then if you got like a big, I don't know, really loads of cuts, then you realise that you have to be in the next morning about 2 or 3 hours earlier than you normally would do to get all this done.
Yeah.
Then you can't scratch your face or anything during the day. So if you want, Dan, Rupe and Emma learnt that very early on, because if you notice in like the first one, they're like scratched, and then like if there's any little walls, it's only like a little one there because they clocked on that they'd be in a lot earlier, getting all that put on. But when you lose an ear, you're pretty stuck, aren't you?
Well, it was an hour and a half to put it on in the morning and about 3/4 an hour to take it off at night. Yeah.
So if you did have like an itchy ear in the day, you just had to...
Well, you could hear through it fine and everything, but yeah, when it did itch every now and then, it was more of a case of just, I don't know, like just pushing it slightly. But yeah, you couldn't really do much with it.
So what's next for you guys? Films coming up? Going to go down the music road?
I don't know about music.
I've heard him sing. He's done karaoke. It wasn't good.
It's not
We're looking at other stuff at the moment. I'd say we just come back from California, and we're showing a few scripts which were pretty promising. So it's kind of a watch this space at the moment. Yeah.
Are you going to be twins in every single film that you do, or are you going to...
No, we're going to separate. We're going to. I mean, there's a few which have got like the twin brother thing going on, which is, I mean, it's
convenient.
Yeah, exactly.
It works, yeah.
We'll have a look at that. But the other ones that we've seen are individual stuff, so that's pretty cool. And we're pretty individual anyway. So yeah, it should be. That's kind of what we're going to branch off doing.
And what about if you went for the same role? Obviously, you both...
We've got a rule, we don't do that, like go for the same role, because we'd always think that, like a casting director would look and go, hang on, you've been in before? or even worse, like you do a really good, like one does a really good audition and then other gets the callback type thing. So we don't, you never know if it cancels each other out doing stuff like that, so we don't do that.
We normally decide on either, you know, we talk it out man to man and say, well, I think that you'd be better at doing this, or we have a game of golf or FIFA or some kind of sporting event to get the rivalry
wrestling.
still going. I don't know about that. We haven't exactly got Popeye arms here. No, we'll see.
Okay, well, I think we'll leave it there.
Cool.
Thanks very
Awesome.
much.
Great. Thank you very much. Cheers.